Here's your latest African news. Tunisia. Tunisia's president appoints the first woman as head of government. The president has met with Najal Bouden Romhen this Wednesday and tasked her with forming a new government. Last month, Tunisians were out in force to demonstrate against the power grab by the president. The country faces a looming crisis in public finance after years of economic stagnation and political infighting. The new head of government is a geological engineer with World Bank experience. Previously, she was in charge of implementing World Bank projects at the Ministry of Education. Eritrea. Eritrean dies aged 127 after joyful life. A man in Eritrea has died at the age of 127, his family has said, expressing the hope that Natabe Tinsiu will earn a place in the Guinness World Records as the oldest person to have ever lived. Mr. Natabe died peacefully in his village, Azrefa, which has a population of about 300, in a gorge surrounded by mountains. On Monday, his grandson said church records including his birth certificate showed he was born in 1894, the year he was baptized, making him 127 at the time of his death. Mr. Natabe married his wife in 1934. She later died in 2019 at the age of 99. The Eritrean worked as a herdsman and owned many cattle, goats, honeybees, and during his life has seen generations of his family grow up. South Sudan. South Sudan says 40 Afghan refugees are in the country illegally. At least 40 Afghans have entered South Sudan without following the required legal procedures, according to the country's immigration authorities. Addressing sector commanders on Tuesday morning in Juba, General Atem Marol, who heads South Sudan's Immigration, Passport and Civil Registry, said the refugees entered the country illegally. General Marol, who said it was not clear how the Afghans entered South Sudan, asked citizens to cooperate with the refugees and provide them the needed reception. In late August, Uganda became the first African country to host Afghan refugees after its Foreign Affairs Ministry confirmed having received 51 evacuees. Uganda said the United States requested it host at-risk Afghans and people of other nationalities who were in transit to America and other nations. It is the largest refugee hosting nation on the African continent and the fourth in the world, with over 1.5 million refugees. Malawi. Malawi court hands lengthy prison term to Chinese wildlife trafficker. A Malawi magistrate court in the capital Lilongwe has sentenced a Chinese national described by some as one of the biggest African wildlife trafficking kingpins to 32 years in prison after convicting him of 3 wildlife crimes. Judge Justice Violet Chipao on Tuesday sentenced Lin Yang Hao to 14 years in prison for trading in rhino horns, 14 years for possession of rhino horn, and an additional 6 years for money laundering. Justice Chipao, however, said the sentence will run concurrently, meaning that Lin will serve a total of 14 years. Lin, a Chinese national and the leader of wildlife trafficking syndicate Lin Zhang Gang, named after the husband and wife leaders, has been operating out of Malawi for at least a decade. Malawi's authorities arrested him in August 2019 following a 3-month manhunt. Ghana. Nana Ampadu, Ghana highlife legend, dies at age 76. Ghanaian highlife legend Nana Ampadu has reportedly passed on. The Obra hitmaker kicked the bucket on Tuesday, September 28 at the Legion Hospital in Accra, where he was receiving treatment for an illness, according to several media reports. He passed on aged 76. His death came as a shock to many industry people and fans. Multiple award-winning highlife musician Dada Hako reacted to the news on Facebook saying, and I quote, "The biggest of all the trees has fallen. Rest in peace, Nana. You touched millions with your music and also influenced an entire generation. He will definitely be missed." End quote. Democratic Republic of Congo. Negligence by World Health Organization staff to blame for sexual abuse in Democratic Republic of Congo. Commission. Independent investigators mandated by the World Health Organization to probe allegations of sexual abuse by its staff in the Democratic Republic of Congo cited clear structural failures and individual negligence in a report released on Tuesday. The abuses were committed by personnel hired locally as well as members of the international team in the country to fight an Ebola outbreak from 2018 to 2020. The commission interviewed dozens of women who were offered work in exchange for sex or who were victims of rape. The 35-page report paints a grim picture, noting the scale of incidents of sexual exploitation and abuse in the response to the 10th Ebola outbreak, all of which contributed to the increased vulnerability of alleged victims who are not provided with the necessary support and assistance required for such degrading experiences. South Africa. South Africa and Kenya Airlines signed cooperation deal. South African Airways and Kenya Airways have signed a cooperation agreement with long-term ambitions of creating a pan-African airline. South African Airways and Kenya Airways, both of which have been plagued by financial and administrative woes, say their collaboration will make the aviation sector more competitive. They signed a memorandum of understanding to increase their mutual growth potential. The collaboration could entail sharing services in terms of routes, fleet maintenance, and repair, as well as seeking opportunities to achieve economies of scale. Kenya Airways has been hit hard by COVID-19 and has focused on transporting cargo to minimize losses. It also plans to have the airline nationalized after its code share agreement with Air France and KLM ends in September. Thanks for watching. Visit our YouTube channel Tunacheki to watch our daily news reports and our website tunacheki.tv for all the latest news updates. Also, don't forget to catch our new show Startup Africa every Thursday on our channel. You can directly support this new series by becoming our YouTube member or becoming a Patreon. And remember, Africa is watching.